Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome back for the last time on this game to SLR Season 2, and it's the championship decider, the finale, the last race of the season here in Brazil, Interlagos. I am Timo, and joining me is Incognita in the commentary box. Hello.
Hello, Timo. Hello, everybody. It's going to be a fun one today. We have 3 of our 4 championship contenders in the race. We don't, unfortunately, have Astro Boys, who couldn't make it, but we do have everyone else. And Triton, of course, serving himself a qualifying ban, so he has retired from
Oh,
the session already. So he'll be starting from the back. He has an outside chance of winning the championship, and I think Timo, you're the man who's gone through all of the numbers and crunched them and come up with some analysis.
yeah, I've done all the calculations, so as it stands, three people are, no, like, three drivers are still mathematically in the title race, and it's realistically going to be down to Get Owned in the Toro Rosso and Copy in the Alpha, who are both driving. They are 3 points apart at the top, and then there's also Triton, who is in P4 of the standings, 17 points behind Get Owned. So he could still win, and then there was Astro Boys, only 9 points off Get Owned, but he is not attending, so that's that. It will probably come down to Get Owned and Copy. I've run the numbers, as Tara has said, and according to them, if Triton wins, then Get Owned has to be 7th or lower, and Copy has to be 5th or lower for Triton still being able to claim the championship. And if he is P2, then Get Owned has to finish outside of the points, and Copy must be 9th or lower. So Triton outside has chances, but anything can happen with the quali buns. The quali buns certainly can do something.
Yep, I think so. It'll be very difficult for Triton. I mean, one advantage he does have, he can start on the soft tyre and go on to the medium tyre. The one stop is the preferred strategy around here. You don't really want to be too stopping, and it's very difficult to one stop super softs onto mediums. So it is a slight advantage strategically, but of course, you lose all sorts of track position if you're right at the back of the pack, as Triton will be.
For the other two, it might be interesting to know how the tiebreaker situation stands. If they somehow get a tie done, then it will be Get Owned who takes the victory in the championship, because he's got 3 victories and Copy has only 2, but the only possibility for them to get a tie was if Get Owned finishes 4th and Copy 3rd, or if they finish 8th and 10th, I think, because that's the only points that are the points paid positions that are 3 points apart.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, it's either 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd and 4th, or 8th and 10th. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's not a bit too complicated.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was what you meant, but yeah, both of
I
those
forgot.
are separated by 3. But we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. It is going to be difficult to keep track of everything. At the moment, we got some action already in this qualifying session. We got the 2 front runners here separated by 1,000th of a second. Icewind has done a very good lap and has jumped Copy in the Sauber, so he is on pole position for now, but still a long way to go just yet.
So far in the quali session, Copy in P2 and Get Owned has not done a lap yet. Did he attempt one yet? I don't know.
I haven't seen him attempt one. I don't know though. It might be that he just did an outlap, invalidated it or whatever, and has gone back in. And while we have a second here, I guess we should plug the tournament, which is next Friday, of course, the last F1 2018 EGL tournament. It is a no assist tournament, and that will be next Friday evening, June the 7th. So make sure you are here for that one. It'll be a lot of fun. And we'll give the game a good send-off before moving on to F1 2019.
It will be exciting for sure, because I think we'll get 2 of the names of Season 1 back, but I cannot confirm it yet. I think Sergio's is certainly back, and Anthony has been practicing no line, so I think he might rejoin as well. So
Fantastic.
two
That would be
names,
really good.
two names back onto the top of the championship fight maybe next season. So stay tuned for that. I'm certainly excited to see where it goes in the next game.
Yeah, me too. They will both, of course, be very fast. They were both very fast last season. They'll be very fast this season for sure.
Will be interesting to see how they compare to our drivers at the top now, like Boothful, Atrocity are the fastest, were the fastest on pace, I think, the last race, or the last two races.
Yeah.
But
I think that's right.
late.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Atrocity certainly has shown that he probably has the pace to compete with those two. In terms of everybody else, certainly on his day, Atrocity has been the fastest driver in the field this season. Certainly, the last race we saw that he was very quick indeed. And, is he on a qualifying lap now? I think this is a qualifying lap from Atrocity. Yep, he definitely is a qualifying lap. Get owned goes to the front of the timesheets in the Toro Rosso. So 1 minute 7.639 from Get Owned. Very close at the top, 2 tenths separating the top 5 at the moment.
The qualifying already promising a potential thriller here.
Here comes Atrocity. Atrocity, I think, is going to jump to the top of the timesheets. He could cross the line. Oh my goodness, a 7.0 from Atrocity. Extremely fast in that Force India. So he said that he's been very fast in previous rounds, but it looks like he's very fast in this round as well.
That's fair, yeah. Is Copy on a lap?
No, I think Copy is on a lap, yeah. I think he is. He's got his hybrid turned all the way up. He backs it into the duckbill corner, Pico de Pato, in fact. That tight right-hander. Oh, makes a mistake in the final left-hander though, Yun Chao. And then all the way down this main straight. And he, in fact, pits, decides he's not going to improve on that lap after that mistake. What else have we got on the lap? It looks like Luca is just starting a lap in a McLaren on the soft tyre, so maybe a little bit of strategy. He's going to try and get the soft tyre toward the front of the grid as far up as he can.
Oops. Help.
What's happened?
I kind of forgot that I have to make an interesting broadcast.
Yeah, Thimo's got the camera for this one. The reason is that I've just got out of the car for the Le Mans 24 Hours in iRacing, and I'm going to need to keep tabs on that during the broadcast. So Thimo very kindly has agreed to step in and do the camera work for this one.
I'll try my best to catch all the action. For the moment, I think Bants is on a quali run. He's currently all the way down in P15, the slowest of them all, for now. So he'll certainly have something in store for us.
Yeah, he certainly is on a lap as well, pushing all the way around the tight right-hander into the final corner he goes. Ooh, didn't really get the speed through there, didn't carry the speed through there.
Yeah, now he abandons the lap. Is the stream up and running well, by the way?
It is, yeah, as far as I can see. I don't know what the audio is like. I can't really check the audio, but certainly the picture is fine.
If there's anything wrong with the audio, please tell us in chat.
Yeah, do let us know. I think we're missing a few people in chat today, unfortunately, because of the Le Mans 24 as well. I think lots of people are doing that. Hugo's currently in our car, and I think Clara is in the other 2S car.
Luca looks like he's on a lap still. No, never mind. He's not got his hybrid turned up and also already has a big lack of hybrid in his battery, so I think he's already done his lap and now he will come across, even though he puts it into overtake. Maybe I'm misjudging that. Okay, I'm misjudging it. Goes over the line. Can he improve? No. Okay, so Lucas stays in 9th for the moment, but he is the fastest of the soft runners. And if you look at the time and then maybe subtract 0.6 of a second from that, then you can see that he has got the pace to maybe challenge for the podium today as well as Atrocity and Ruthful.
Yep.
So
I think so. I think so as well. I think I think it'll all depend on what happens in the start. With the soft runners, the difficulty is that you are down the grid, so of course you have the you lose track position, and so you're caught up in the general melee of being in the midfield rather than being able to stretch your legs out front. But it doesn't take long for that to pay off in the sense that you have to do one less pit stop, and the soft stint is as fast, if not a little bit faster, than the super soft stint as well until you pit. So there are definite advantages to qualifying on the soft tire.
could you quickly maybe share the link, tag everyone in SLR, and maybe also post it in 2.0?
That's a good point. I will do that.
And then just write something like championship decider, so everyone gets to see this lol.
Yeah.
Who's out right now? Copy's about to come in, is he? Is he? No. I do not know. No, he doesn't accelerate out of the corner, so he will come in. So no lap to be seen from Copy. How about Atrocity? Also looks like he is going to come in. It's probably the calm before the storm, when they all get their last set of tires and then try to improve in their last attempt to get as high up the order as they can. Vinny is still trying. He'll come through the last corner.
Yep, he definitely is on a lap. Oh, he gets it all wrong in the final left-hander as well. So I don't know whether he'll decide to finish this lap. He's almost out of battery. Looks like he might be finishing the lap anyway.
And it is a...
It doesn't improve.
No.
7.977, so just barely slower than the lap that he'd already posted.
Fortunate for him. Slash LP is coming to the pits, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he is.
Bants has just put in a 1 minute 8.8 on the soft tyre, so I don't think he... well, he's on a lap at the moment, but he's also out of battery, so I don't know if he's going to be able to improve on that lap time.
He's already driving an overtake.
Yeah, certainly giving it plenty, though.
Yellow flag sector 2. Doesn't have to mean anything.
Always difficult to tell in qualifying. Yeah, it might just mean somebody's moving out of the way and being slow.
Also, Copy is now ahead of Get Owned by less than a tenth of a second. Which is what he needs to do for the championship, but he needs to do even more for the championship here. If he finishes third, then he has to hope that Get Owned is fifth, and yeah, I think there must be 2 places difference between them. If they finish somewhere between 2nd and 8th or 9th.
Yep, I think that's right. So if all Get Owned has to do is follow Copy home, it's going to be easier said than done, though. Copy we've seen with a lot of pace in the last few rounds. Skippy says Wimpy for the win in chat. Good to see you, Skippy. Welcome.
A Wimpy win would be something I want to see now.
That would be something, yeah. I would enjoy that.
Who wouldn't?
Be a feel-good story.
And Truthful is now on a fast one, as it seems he locks up a bit into turn 1 and then the center S. He'll try and get the better of his teammate Atrocity. Is that Garon coming out of the pits there?
Yeah, because Wimpy's going around turn 3 now. And yeah, Garon just ahead of him on track into turn 4, turn 5. So he's getting ready for one final run. As I'm sure most of our front runners, Atrocity on track as well. So is Ruthful, so is Wallow, who we haven't talked about, has put in a very good lap to go third. He had a very good debut last weekend in Japan. Unfortunately had that incident with Triton that put him essentially out of the race in 130R, but until then, extremely good pace.
Yeah, the Spaniard third. I think he's a Spaniard third. Oh! Wow! What was that?
That was Ruthful hitting, who was that? Yeah, Danico. Danny in the Ferrari.
And did Ruthful get a penalty for it?
I don't know if Ruthful got a penalty. He has gone fastest though. He just beats out Atrocity
wow.
by 1,000th of a second. And
Oh, Atrocity!
Yeah, he just
okay.
did a wall in frustration.
I just entered on board. Was a bit shocked that it's a thousandth of a second. English is very hard.
It was Danny who got the penalty for it.
But normally,
which I think was, which I think honestly was the just penalty there. It's a rare instance of that penalty being right.
Normally both get the penalty, don't they? Like,
sometimes, yeah. I don't know exactly when it happens, but certainly in that case, I think the game got it right. But Ruthful on pole for now. Anyway, Wallow is still on a lap. In fact, Wallow's not on a lap. He is finished.
Let's have a look at Gedon's last shot and see if he can top copy.
Yeah, Astro Boy's in chat. Going to birthday party instead, unfortunately, not an SLR
I know that
championship party.
Yeah, no, I don't know that feeling losing out on the shot at the championship because of a birthday party, but that's the curse of Saturday evening.
Gedon improves by half a tenth, but does not manage to get ahead of his championship rival Copy. So he will start at best in P5. Popo crosses the line, goes P6 with a 1 minute 7.6. Bants improves on the super softs to a 1 minute 7.8, and then Icewind, I think, it wasn't Icewind, it was Vinny crossing the line in the Red Bull, goes 7th on a 1 minute 7.713, very close in the midfield.
I want to mention that the camera, that there's a camera I've never seen before, and that's that direct rear wing camera, which I got like 4 times now, trying to give a better view of Copy's snap, which is pretty annoying. Speaking of Copy, of course, he's now going through the last corner. Oh, that didn't seem like a good run.
Yeah, I don't know whether this will be the lap that he wants. Yeah, he's obviously slow now. Here's Copy.
Wallow also still able to try something.
No, Wallow was slow earlier in the lap, so he's pretty sure. Or maybe not. Maybe I was looking at the wrong driver, because he does seem to be pushing here on a fast lap around the long left-hander Negulio.
Oh, Icewind puts it in 4th.
Oh, nice from Icewind. That's really good. Wallow is 0.02 of a second up on his previous lap in Sector 2. Can he improve by enough to topple either of the Force Indias? Probably not. He crosses the line. And I don't think he certainly didn't improve a place.
Yes. But still, good showing from him.
Very, very good. Yeah.
Force India front row again.
Yeah, good stuff from the 2 Force Indias.
We certainly already had that in Monza. I do not know about Suzuka. I don't think so. I think wasn't Wallow there?
I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was a Force India front row. I think they were certainly both high up the grid, but not 1-2. And yeah, I think Wallow qualified very well in Suzuka. But yeah, Icewind putting in a very good lap in the Williams. 1 minute 7.3 for him. Only 0.3 off Ruthful and Atrocity.
Danico with a penalty will start in P15. Triton will start in last position. With a last to first drive, he could still win the championship.
Yep, it would be something to behold if Triton were to win this championship from here. He's going to give it everything he's got. But it's going to have to be a superhuman effort.
I'm pretty sure he's racing without the line as well.
Yep, I think he is too.
So we got Oliver, contenders to mighty to mighty drivers who are not forced to use race line because of inability to drive. What? That sounded meaner than it should. I can
Yeah,
assure you, when I thought of how to say this in German, it sounded nice.
we've certainly seen quite a few people struggle without the racing line. And it's good, certainly. Get Owned, when he first turned it off, has struggled a little bit. Now he's improved a lot without the line, which is really good to see.
Yeah, now he's ascended again. That ascended was the word I was searching for. And then as a result, because I didn't find it, I just went on to insult every line driver. Because I'm a good person. Atrocity taking out a brake marker board there.
Well, the 2S green team is dead again.
Hmm?
The 2S Enduro green team is dead again, unfortunately.
Oh.
The Milos Marte Kaka.
What a shame I missed out on racing.
That's true. They have had some struggles in the first, 3 and a bit hours of the Enduro so far.
Isn't that the third wreck?
It's at least their second.
Oh wait, yeah. In the second, I thought that wasn't their wreck. Someone else died. I just checked the occasional Twitch clip, but still. I mean, it's 24 hours. They could still do something.
Yep. They're only a few laps down. It's a long lap at Le Mans, but it's a longer race, so lots of time for stuff to happen yet. Looking at the tyre situation, the top 10 all on super softs, everyone else on the soft tyre other than Jesse, who's going to start on the medium tyre. So it's one stops across the board from Bants all the way back to Triton, the two Renaults, sandwiching all of those cars.
So at the start, where does P1 start? On the outside, right? Yeah,
Yep,
Ruthful will start on the outside, Atrocity on the inside. Turn 1 here is notorious for giving us crashes and spins and everything, so let's hope everyone, especially the championship contenders, get through safely here. And now we are waiting for the green light. It's 4 lights, it's 5 lights, and we're off, and it's go. The car's getting off the grip. I don't think anyone has got a particularly good start. Truthful gone away, good. Atrocity, good. Wallow still there. And
spinning ice wind
Get
around.
Owned! Oh wow, Copy is still in P4 and Get Owned is all the way down the order, and there's someone going off. That's Slash LP. Slash LP in the wall. Get Owned down in 15th, and that's completely shaking everything up. Copy in P4. Now he's got all the cards in his hand he needs. And he's behind Wallow.
Absolute carnage at the start. Get Owned turned Luca around. I believe it was Luca in the McLaren. All Get Owned's own fault, unfortunately, and he drops all the way to the back. Don't know what his wing situation is. I haven't really had a good look at the front wing yet, but I would be surprised if he doesn't have front wing damage.
Let's have a look at him, at how he's getting on with the car. He is behind Triton in P14, and now he will be on a mission. I'm kind of getting Sebastian Vettel 2012 flashbacks from this.
Yeah.
I think it was a similar situation, but
he's got it all to do. We do have safety cars on, of course, in SLR, so lots of potential for things to change still as Ruthful crosses the line up front. He's got his teammate right up behind him, but it's a good start from both of the Force Indias. They've managed to make a little bit of a break from Wallow in third.
Bants with a good start, and Pixel with a good start, and the one who won the most positions at the start is TipsyBob. As Icewind, I think, passes Jesse there for P11. Denico Denico in P10. Okay, I thought he had the position change kind of doesn't account for his penalty.
There's lots of. Danico is lagging a lot.
There's a gaggle of cars there.
That's because Danico is lagging every corner basically. Look at that.
Get On also gets through, and now he'll try one around the outside of Jesse, and he catches the grass. He'll stay on track though, so nothing lost for him. Triton has made his way up in P11, so he is close to getting some points. Popo has just passed Vinny, which I missed. I thought, they are still running side by side, and there was a bit of lag involved there on the main straight. Ruthful puts in the fastest time up front in P1, and Copy is still running in a good P4. Everything he has to do now is chill and hope Gedont runs into even more trouble.
Yep, certainly advantage Copy at the moment. He is in
Wimpy's
a very
dead.
good position. Oh, what happened to Wimpy?
I do not know. There's no one behind him except Slash and Jesse who
He's
could.
a long way behind him, so yeah, we don't know.
We won't see the wreck. If Wimpy wants to, he can type in chat what happened to him. Would like to know. Rest in peace. His teammate in the meantime is running in P12 and now trying to close the gap on this group of cars there that reaches up to P8, which would be enough for him in the championship.
Yeah, a little bit of a Truly train here behind Dead Pixel,
yes, it's
holding up Tipsy and Triton, and also Icewind and Get Owned as well. And tagging onto the back of that group now, Danny and Luca, both of them.
Dead Pixel is really having a Truly train there. It's a very accurate
Tipsy looks like
description.
He looks like he's close enough here, though. Covering the inside, Bants, Tipsy to the outside in that McLaren, trying to go a long way around turn 1.
Oh, and Dead Pixel!
Spinning around is Dead Pixel. Don't know if he got hit from behind. He might have done. But Triton gets the position as well. Get Owned is going to try and go around the outside too. Still side by side down the straight towards turn number 4. Dead Pixel giving room. Oh, but then sending one on Get Owned, and that was very unfriendly from Dead Pixel.
Oh, and the Ferrari tries to get him as well. And Get Owned drops down to 30th again. They are trying 3 or 4 wide here in that narrow part of the track.
Oh, Pixel again.
Off goes Icewind, I think that is. The two leaders are also very close together. Get Owned still running side by side. There's a bit of real banging involved here. He tries his best on Luca, but he's getting held up and he's losing time, and that doesn't help him at all. No one is doing him any favors here. He must be furious, the Austrian. Probably a bit desperate. Atrocity, I guess, is too far back to send one on Ruthful, but he's close enough to make it worth a watch. Also, Popo Gamer might try something. He's on the outside of Copy and tries to challenge Championship P2 in the Alfa Romeo car.
Get on to the inside of Dead Pixel. He's going to get the move done this time, and he gives as good as he gets on that one. Does Get Owned. The pushes Pixel out wide in turn 1. I think he's going to have the move done, although he's going to have to defend, I think, from a counter attack here. Dead Pixel going back to the outside as they head in towards turn number 4. Get Owned has the inside covered though.
He goes wide.
And I think they're still going to be side by side. Get Owned all the way back, almost tagging the Williams on the way back onto the track, but I think he has finally got the move done, and he's up to P12. He's got a lot to do, though, to get himself into anywhere near a championship winning position.
Popo Gamer is still on the back of Copy. I do not know if Copy is at the moment pushing as hard as he can. I do not even know if he is aware of how good his situation is, because he might have not caught that Get Owned was the one spinning off. It happened behind him. Maybe on the minimap he can tell that the Toro Rosso is gone, and that he has got all the cards in his hand. Atrocity and Ruthful very close again, and they are fighting for the lead. Atrocity sends one down the inside in turn 4, I think that is, and Ruthful must yield for the moment. Danica and Luca apparently fighting, but at the front, the Force India swap positions.
Triton up to P8 behind his teammate now. He's just passed Tipsy on the run down to turn 4. Get Owned pitted, by the way. Didn't see whether he hit the front wing or not, but he's on 2 medium tyres, and he'll go to the end of the race on those medium tyres. So he's hoping for a safety car, I think, in the very near future.
Bants and Vinny are fighting, or at least they were, and the gap is already that big that I think there might have been a mistake. And Tipsy and Danica are also fighting for P10. There's something happening everywhere. And they are running side by side now in the last corner. Who gets the better? Tipsy should be in a disadvantage on his soft tires, even though now the super softs have aged a bit already. So might not be a disadvantage after all.
Tipsy side by side with
up
Danny
ahead.
and Triton and Luca as well into turn 1. Luca gets the move done on Triton, so he's up to P8 on those super soft tyres. Danny and Tipsy also fighting. Danny managing to get past, so he's into the points now in P10.
Good battles everywhere here. Half a second between the Copy and Pope. I wonder if it's just lurking or if he will also go for it at one point and then take the position off of Copy. I think both are struggling with tires because I saw lockups for both in that corner. I don't know, they don't look like they are driving.
We're getting towards the end of the super soft's life, unfortunately for them, and Bants now in a very good position on those soft tyres. Bants is actually in play here in this race. He had a very good first half, or first 8 laps of this race, just very quietly. And he is, how far is he off the lead? He's 9 seconds off the lead, and he has to do one less pit stop. Now, he's going to have the tyre disadvantage for the second half of the race, because he's going to be on the mediums when everyone else is probably going to be on the soft tyres, or unless they one stop as well, which they could. But certainly, Bant's in a very good position.
I think the ones that will be the priority, as always, when it is possible, and I think it might be possible. Do you think Get Owned will be able to get to the end on this set of tyres? By the way, he just passed.
Yeah, Pixel pitting, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Pixel is 2 stopping, so he's going under the super soft tyres. But yeah, it looks like the one stop might be the thing that these guys are doing. That's, I guess, why they're stretching the super softs. We'll see what the leaders do this time by both Force Indias, of course, same team, so they can't pit on the same lap. So whoever's in front has strategic priority in that sense, that if they go into the pits, the other car can't follow them.
If they say teammates for next season, they will be a force to be reckoned with.
Yep, they certainly will be. It's certainly the best team lineup, I think, that's in SLR at the moment. Bants and Triton have done very well the last few races as well in the Renault, but certainly the 2 Force Indias very, very fast. And they're still battling amongst themselves as well. They're very close to each other as they go around the twisty bits in the middle of the lap.
Speaking of the Renaults, the team championship is also still up for grabs. It's 10 points between Renault and Sauber at the front. At the moment, Renault leads Sauber. They've got 216 points and Sauber's got 206.
Well, at the moment, Copy has 12 points for Sauber. Bants has 8 and Triton has 2. So at the moment, as things stand, Renault will win by 2 points. Long way to go yet, though. Copy about to lose 4th place, though, to Popo Gamer by the looks of it. Down the front straight, gets the move done before they get to the first corner. As who's that going straight on behind? That was Bants, who missed turn 1 completely.
Luca passed Vinny there for P7.
Yeah, Bants lost about 2 seconds there.
Triton gets a penalty.
Went straight on. Triton with the first of the penalties that we've seen, I think.
Yes. Oh, Vinny
passing,
Vinny
or trying to pass Luca again. We heard that Luca was involved in a first lap incident with Wimpy as well, unfortunately, so he might have something to...
Was it Get Owned also? I think it was Luca Get Owned, but that was not...
Yeah, I think it was after that. I think that was a separate incident. But yeah, Get Owned turned Luca around in turn 1, which caused that accident.
Actually got off well, then still being in P7 after having been turned as an achievement.
Ruthful pits from P2, so he's going to try and do the undercut here on his teammate. They're running very, very close to each other. Atrocity deciding to stay out another lap. And also pitting is Popo Gamer, so Bants is promoted to 4th, Copy promoted to 3rd. And Ruthful going under the soft tyre. Can you get to the end on the soft tyre?
I doubt it.
Is that a thing you can do? So is that a 2-stop then from Ruthful? We will see. come out in a little bit of traffic just behind Triton.
One of the undercut against Atrocity will work, and if Atrocity uses the same tire strategy Ruthful does, it will be interesting to see. Wallow, is he pitting? No, but he's lost 2 positions. He's dropped behind Copy and Bants, and that's actually another on-track position for Copy.
Yeah, it is. Didn't see what happened. I guess he made a mistake somewhere. I didn't see what mistake he made. You can see him struggling with the tyres on the exit of the final left-hander. See who decide to pit now. Atrocity has pitted from the lead. Wallow pits from second. Atrocity going onto the medium tyres. We've got different strategies from Atrocity and Ruthful. And we'll see now, Ruthful going around turn 1. Is he going to clear his teammate? It's going to be very close. I think he probably is, though.
This is a great heli shot, by the way. And yes, Ruthful retakes the net race lead.
And there's even Triton between the two of them as well. So Triton, who hasn't pitted yet, between the 2 Force Indias who have, and Triton is not going to be, I don't think, in any mood to give Atrocity that position before they get to a straight. So Atrocity's going to lose yet more time here to Ruthful, who, with that undercut, might have just put himself in a very good position in this race.
How long will Copy stay out on the set of super soft tires? Will be interesting to see. I think he might be coming in now.
Yeah, I think he might as well. He's being caught by Bants on those soft tires. So Bants, of course, definitely one stopping. Copy does decide to pit this time, so he really gave the pit entry line there a lot of respect to Copy.
Wow, he completely outbroke himself and almost ran into the back of Bants, but managed to avoid him, and he gets a penalty as a result for extending the track there.
Yeah, gets himself 3 seconds. So Copy pits, goes onto the medium tyres. So he's going to the end of the race. Danny pits from... I don't know where he was. He was like P9 or something. He goes onto the medium tyres as well. Meanwhile, Atrocity has cleared Triton now, but he's losing ground all the time to Ruthful, who has passed Vinny. 3 seconds for Get Owned, who's not having a good... Oh, in fact, Get Owned has lost his front wing completely. He's spun, I think, at turn 2.
Oh, wow.
So I think Get Owned is now in the position where he is pretty much only hoping for a safety car.
Wow.
He's got to go all the way around the lap very slowly and then change that front wing. Get Owned. Well, he's led the championship for most of the season, but I think it's all falling apart for him here, unfortunately.
I think he led the championship at every single point of the season. No, wait, Astro Boys. I think Astro Boys took over the lead for a race or 2.
Luca pits from 2nd. Vinny pits from 4th.
I don't want to commentate as curse it, but this is looking absolutely perfect for Copy to continue the SLR, the legacy of Etney basically in SLR, who has won the first championship, and now his ex-teammate and also his friend and fellow Czech. How do you call people from the Czech Republic?
Czech, yeah.
His fellow countrymen. So he might continue this for Alfa Romeo. 2 championships out of 2.
It looks like it. Triton pitted and put on the medium tyres. He also changed his front wing. So he lost a few seconds from that as well. He's come up behind Danny in P12. And unfortunately for him, I think he is also in the position where he is hoping pretty much exclusively for a safety car, as we have a battle here for 4th. Tipsy being chased by Popo. Oh, Triton, yeah, going way off track on those cold mediums.
By the way, worth a mention, I think. Ruthful gets the fastest lap of the race. Triton is wearing his Australian patriotism helmet.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did run that in the Australian Grand Prix for obvious reasons, and apparently also in the season finale.
Oh, and Noel in chat says 2S Green, unfortunately, in the 24-hour race are out of the race.
completely out of the race.
F's in chat. Well, yeah, well, I assume so. Noel said we are out, so I think that is the end of 2S Endurance Green. So F's in chat for Milos Martika and Noel and Clara, who are not going to be able to finish the Le Mans 24 Hours.
The victims of Le Mans.
We're coming up to half distance here, and certainly at the moment Copy is looking by far the best place of the championship contenders. What's the gap on track between him and Triton? 13 seconds at the moment, and they're on essentially equivalent strategies. Triton, of course, needs to win the race and hope that Copy does not finish higher than 5th. No, it's not. It's not quite that. No, that's not right. I think it's...
And for P2, it's 9th. So.
Yeah. So Bants hitting from. I guess he was like. Where was he? He was quite a way up, wasn't he? Was he in the lead? He might have been in the lead.
Who?
Bants, who's just come out of the pit lane.
Might have been someone between them.
No, I'm pretty sure he was in the lead. I think whoever was in front of him pitted last lap. Might have been Luca.
Yeah.
So Bants was in the lead. He's now P7 on fresh medium tyres. He's going to the end of the race. Question is Ruthful going to the end of the race? I would doubt it on those soft tyres. He's not really pulling away from Atrocity either, who is on the medium tyres instead of the soft. So if Ruthful does have to pit again, Atrocity, you have to say, is in a very good position on those medium tyres.
Copy has somehow fallen behind Bants, probably because of the soft tyres that were faster than the super softs for Bants on the first stint. But it's also a position he might miss in the end, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. Copy, whether he was struggling on those cold tyres. We didn't see him have any sort of a moment, but he's, as you said, he's fallen behind Bants. Not exactly sure why. Tipsy's still on those soft tyres. He's been on since the start of the race. He's doing a grand job there, up in 4th place on track at the moment.
Right now, Copy would win the championship by 1 point by our calculations, but he is not under threat from behind, except he makes a mistake, because Icewind is 8 seconds down the road. Winnie is...
as we've got a battle here for 4th and 5th. Tipsy losing that 4th place, and also his teammate Luca pushing him to the outside in the long left-hander at Mergulio. So Tipsy losing 2 places, get on with another 3 seconds worth of penalties. It's not going to matter too much, I don't think. But Tipsy on those very old soft tyres, losing 2 places. He stays out another lap as well.
Jesuit tyres. And Luca tries one on Wallow in turn 1. Wallow on board from TipsyBob. They are running side by side, and off push. And a push gets Wallow. And Tipsy takes 2 positions back. Now with DRS he'll be able to instantaneously defend his position against Luca. So P4 for the Irishman again.
Yeah, so Tipsy holding up his teammate and also holding up the Red Bull of Wallow as well. Lots of fighting between the 3 of them. But at the moment, Tipsy... Oh, he got such a good run there. Tipsy defending to the inside.
Wallow looks hungry for a fight. Still does that pixel slash out there.
Luca with such a good run, but Tipsy's saying not today. Shuts the door.
Now Tipsy got a bad run, I think, and Luca manages to get alongside him on the outside.
Luca with 3 seconds. He was pushed off by Tipsy. They're still side by side. Wow.
They're playing bumper cars.
And these 2 fighting for all they're worth. Is Tipsy not pitting?
Now Wallow tries to thread the needle, and he almost pushes Tipsy up. That was dangerous, man, but wow.
Very dangerous.
Wallow now up into P4 again, and he gets a penalty.
Yeah, he cut the inside of turn 2. He's going to have to defend as well here from Luca, who is going to be all over the back. In fact, he doesn't defend, and a little bit of contact, I think, between them again as they try to squeeze each other, and chopping right across the nose.
Carries it around the outside. They are very aggressive, I've got to say that.
Yeah, it's lots of contact between the three of them, really. Tipsy doing his best to hold everyone up. Is Tipsy trying to stretch those softs so he can go on to the super softs? I wonder. That would be very ambitious.
He's doing he's doing an absolutely great job at staying somewhat competitive on his really, really old soft set of tires. And Atrocity and Ruthful have come closer together again. It's been 8 and 9 laps since they've picked up their most recent set of tires. Popo meanwhile pitting for P3. And first Ruthful was able to build a 2-second gap, but now Atrocity is starting to close in again on his teammate. And I think towards the end of the race, Atrocity will certainly have the advantage on his side in terms of tires, because either Ruthful picks up another set of tires and Atrocity's ahead with the pit stop, or he will be on very old soft tires, which will be edged out on paper at least by the very old medium tires.
Yeah, I wonder what Ruthful's thinking is here, because I don't think you can go to the end on those soft tires. It's 16 laps from now, so it'll be a 25 lap stint. Even being very gentle, even driving well within the limits of the car, as Copy passes Tipsy as well for 6th place. I don't think you can go that long on those soft tires. Atrocity certainly in a better position here because, as you mentioned, he's not losing any pace at all on those mediums to Ruthful, and he will certainly not have to stop again before the end of the race.
Bants is behind Luke and Bants. Bants is having a very great race, I must say.
Oh, Popo's stuck in the pit lane. Oh,
no.
That's very unfortunate. So Popo out of the race, unfortunately, because... Yeah.
I think that's Coach Hafter's way to say goodbye.
Yeah. The last SLR race on 2018. And I think there'll be a few drivers who won't particularly miss it. I've had this bug a few times before, and Popo Gamer is the latest victim of the pit lane bug.
Okay, he's got no teammate, so it shouldn't impede on other drivers' races.
So up front, Atrocity well within DRS range. He got 3 seconds though just now. So I'll just double check exactly what the situation is. Ruthful is on 2 warnings. Atrocity just got that penalty. He got all of those 3 warnings in the last 5 laps, Atrocity. So he's been pushing very hard on those medium tires to close that gap, and he at the moment has 3 seconds more penalties than Ruthful does.
Icewind now going to the pits. The situation for the championship right now is that Copy is in P6, which will give him 8 points, so then he would win the championship by 5 points. What Gedon would need to do now is get up to P7.
Oh, Triton and Vinny fighting here. A little bit of wheel banging as well. Triton goes off the track. So does Vinny. I think he hit the wall as well on the inside there. And Triton stays ahead for the moment. They're on the same tyres. So Triton... and Triton, in fact, that might have been an illegal overtake from Triton that he got. So he might have had to let Vinny back through again.
Let's just blame it on sportsmanship. Up ahead, Atrocity now very, very close, filling a big portion of the mirror of Ruthful.
Yeah, he's on much the better tyres, Atrocity. Well, probably not at the moment, but certainly at the end of the race he'll be on much the better tyres. But as we said a moment ago, he's got 3 seconds worth of penalties to make up. So he not only needs to pass, as Triton gets the move done on the Vinny into turn 1, I think he's going to keep that position as well. But he not only needs to pass Ruthful as Atrocity, he also needs to get 3 seconds on him too if he is going to win this race.
On Triton! Oh, they make contact! And off goes Triton!
Yep, spun out by Vinny. That was not really a legit move from Vinny from what I could see. He
And pit stop
absolutely
from
sent one. In fact,
Ruthful.
he's waiting for him. So Vinny decides, and good on Vinny for doing that as well, taking Triton out and then giving him the position back because I would guess, I don't think that was any sort of a penalty. I think he did that because he knew that that was an unfair overtake. So good on Vinny for doing that.
Wallow and Ruthful come into the pits.
Ruthful is pitting again. Interesting. Okay, so he's going to have to make up a 20-second gap pretty much to his teammate. I don't think that's going to happen, honestly.
Yeah.
Tipsy finally pits. I'm sure he's going on the super softs. He's taken the soft 23 laps, and yep, they are red walled tyres in the pit lane. So Tipsy doing the soft to super soft strategy, and he's going to be fast now as we wind the laps down here to the last 12 or 13 laps of this race.
Again, I want to give credit to Bants, by the way, because it's just all over the last, I think, 5 races. He's never been one of the guys who would say, oh, his pace is absolutely outstanding, like he's one of the fast guys, he's going to win this race. But and he's having, yeah, medium to poor qualifying performances, but every single race you can be certain that he will show up somewhere. Well up the leaderboard in the race. His race pace is really great.
Yep, race pace is very good. Consistency is very good. He very rarely gets penalties, which helps him a lot as well. So Bant's doing a grand job in that Renault.
Yellows in 72. And Popo Gamer retires. Yeah, he was in the pits anyway, so... And I think the yellows were for that pixel. Looks like he's sliding around on his tires a lot, so they might have heated up from a previous spin. Could explain the yellows. I think he was the only one in 72. Suddenly the gap ahead is absolutely huge because of the pit stop.
Yep, Ruthful 18 seconds in, 11 laps. That is a tall order against somebody who is as fast as Atrocity. I think Ruthful's about to do the fastest lap of the race. There he goes, a 1 minute 9.5, but that's not fast enough. He only gained about 4/10 on that lap on Atrocity, so on tyres that are at their best at the moment, that is not enough of a gap, or not enough of a rate for him to get anywhere near closing that gap. So in terms of the Constructors' Championship as well, we've got an interesting situation. It looks like it's going to be Renault's at the moment, because Bants is in a very strong P4. He gets, 12 points for that?
Yeah.
Triton will get 4 for his P8, so Copy still only in P5/LP. Copy's teammate, unfortunately, is out of the race. So at the moment, Renault looking good for the Constructors.
Yeah, certainly.
The battle on track here is Danny and Wallow for 6th place as they go around the long left-hander. 10 laps to go as they cross the line. Ruthful took a little bit more out of Atrocity that time, almost a second. That's still not going to be enough, though. Got to close a lot faster than that, as Wallow has the DRS now. He's got it open as well. Danny covering the inside line in that Ferrari. Wallow to the outside. Try and go around the outside on better tyres. Oh, good racing between the two of them. They both left each other room. Wallow gets the position, at least for now. Danny's still there, though, on the outside. And I think he's going to get the DRS advantage for the second straight as well. And in fact, he's going to be passed, I think, before they get to the corner. Wallow sending one on the inside, though, but no room for him there. Danny shuts the door and keeps the position, at least for now.
Road racing between the two of them. Wallow still not done yet. I wonder what's... Oh! A bit of contact there. I wonder what's going to happen between the Renault of Bants and the McLaren of Luca. There's 2 seconds between them, but Bants' tires will be the better basically from now on. I think it's like
Yeah, pretty much.
14 to 12 laps of tire wear should favor the mediums.
Yeah, the gap's been pretty static so far between those two. It stayed at 2 seconds for a couple of laps as we see Wallow
On the main
again
straight now.
into the outside.
Oh!
Again around the outside. Tiny bit of contact there, Danny. Just having to back out of it, but again, part 2 is coming here, and Danny looks like he's in a very good position here. He's got a little bit of slipstream as well as they headed onto the straight. Certainly has a straight line speed advantage into turn 4. Wallow trying to shut the door, and again, good racing room given between the two of them. Wallow does this time get the position, and he'll be able to stretch his legs now on those better tyres.
He'll go on a hunt now, but I don't think he'll find any prey. Copy 10 seconds up the road in P5. And
yeah, I don't know if Copy's in range. I doubt he is.
Yeah.
With 8 laps to go. He's on much worse tyres, of course. Well, for P3, Bants is very slowly but very surely closing that gap. He did a 10.9 last time around. Luca did a 1 minute 11.2. So he gained 3 tenths. And he's now 1.5 behind. So plenty of time here for Bants to get himself on the podium if he can overhaul that McLaren. In fact, does Luca... yeah, I imagine Luca is trying to go to the end. I don't know if he'll be able to go to the end, but I think he's going to try.
I think he will be able, but he'll have to compromise his pace a lot for the last laps. Tipsy dragged the tires 23 laps, I think, or 22. So
yep.
Luca should be able to go to the end.
Now, Tipsy's very good on tyres, though. Not every driver can do what Tipsy does with those tyres. So I wonder if he's going to really struggle towards the end of that stint.
So Tipsy lost out a lot pace-wise. It's down in P11. So, even though he did a stellar job on tyre conservation, I don't know if it really paid off for him.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time. He's got Icewind ahead of him and Vinny as well. That's going to be a battle in the next couple of laps. Bants, though, has DRS now on Luca, so battle pretty much joined between those two for the final podium position, and I would think that it's going to be a matter of time before Bants manages to get that position. Luca is going to really start feeling those tyres within the next couple of laps. Milos Martika in chat. F's in chat for Milos in the Enduro. He got yeeted in his, I think, second stint. And then the car died after that. Twice, apparently. Rip Milos. Bants, though, in prime position now in the slipstream. Luca covering the inside. Dead Pixel gets himself a penalty down in 13th, but Bants is all the way around the outside of Luca as they head into turn 1. Clean pass for the moment. Luca, though, seems to have the better line through turn 2 and is going to have DRS here, and I think a generous bite of slipstream as well from the Renault. Bants covering the inside. Luca trying to go around the outside on much worse tyres. Of course, Bants is going to have a little bit more grip. They're still side by side as they go through the left-hander. I think Luca might have just hung on to this. Bants, so going to try and hang it around the outside of the right-hander and manages to do it at Ferradura. So Bants up to third. And good stuff between the two of them. That was very good racing and very respectful from both of them.
That was a very tasty battle indeed. And I think Luca has been involved in a fair share of incidents, but this certainly proves he can do great side-by-side racing as well because of it.
Yep,
I think there's
absolutely.
been thrown a bit of shade on him.
Yep, I mean, yeah, we haven't really had a good look at the incidents that he's been involved with in this race so far, but certainly he's been quite aggressive sometimes. But on that occasion, maybe because the tyres are well past their best, Luca doing a good job of keeping it clean.
When he's closing down on Icewind? No, wait.
No, Icewind has passed
Icewind has
Vinny a
passed
couple of
him.
laps ago, yeah. Because he's on much better tyres, so he's chasing down Triton now for that 8th place. As the laps tick down, it is looking more and more.
Gedond gets into the pits for last time. I think he'll just pick out super
Oh,
softs out of frustration.
Wallow went way off track out of turn 4 there. I didn't see if there was an incident between him and Danny, but Wallow was pushed way out to the outside. So he's got it all to do again if he's going to get that 6th place from Danny.
Oh, wow.
Gedone pitting again for super softs. So I'm wondering if he's going to try and do the fastest lap on those super softs. I would imagine that is why he decided to pit. His championship pretty much over unless something incredible happens to Copy in the last 4 laps. Copy in very good position to win this championship. He's only got 4 more laps if he wants to do that. He's on the medium tyres. They've been on the car for about 20 laps, but that's pretty comfortable, I think, on those tyres. They last a long time around here, and all he has to do is circulate successfully for another 4 laps. And yeah, up front, I think there was never really a battle, was there? Once Ruthful pitted, Atrocity much too fast on those medium tyres. Close the gap from 18 to 13 seconds, but that's not going to be enough as they cross the line with 3 laps to go. Luca is staying, or was staying, within DRS range and still is within DRS range of Bants. But I think he will be struggling to keep the tyres in good shape. Hope for no punctures.
Well on Danico, really close again. Oh! Punt to the back, and Danico holds himself on track. That was very close. Still,
Fierce battle between the two of them.
Yeah, they both still probably want to prove something. Doesn't really matter in the radar picture now. But I mean, you're here for racing, so of course, why wouldn't they race? At the front, 13 seconds between Atrocity and Ruthful. As predicted, he didn't have the pace to close down that much and get owned. For honor.
Get owned with the fastest lap. So he gets something from this last round, even if it's not the championship. He's been fantastic all season as Get Owned. He's driven a fantastic season. Some very, very strong races early on in the season. And in the second half of the season, without the line, without the assists, he's certainly given it his best shot. And I think he is to be lauded for that. It's been a really, really good performance over the whole season from Get Owned. And he was very, very close to winning this championship. But it looks instead like the championship, as you mentioned before, it's going to stay in the Czech Republic. It's going to stay at Sauber. Because after Etney won the first season of SLR, Copy looks like he's going to win the second.
Yeah, he really does. Honestly, over the course of the season, there was no point where I would have said, I think Copy will win this championship. Not because I underestimate, or not because I don't think he's a good driver, but he's always been there quietly sitting behind the two leaders of the championship, and then suddenly with that strategic outmaneuvering of all the opposition in Suzuka, suddenly came out on top compared to Astro Boys. It was in P2 of the championship, and yeah, before that I didn't really even count him in properly into the championship fight. And now he is here, he's driving in P5, and he is going to pick up 10 points, and that will give him the championship by 7 points over his closest rival from Austria, Get Owned in the Toro Rosso, who has had a shocker of a race, honestly. He lost the front wing midway through. He got, or I don't know, he was involved in a starting collision.
Atrocity crosses the line, by the way.
Right, yeah, that's worth a mention. I think so. Great drive from him. Atrocity picks up another victory, and because Ruthful is now about to cross the line as well, it is the second 1-2 for Racing Point.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Or Force India, as they still are in
right.
F1 2018.
Oh, oops.
We've got a battle for 6th happening here, as Bants is going to cross the line and get himself another podium. A really good drive from Bants in this race. Wallow, yeah, going off the track. He's not going to be close enough by the looks of it.
And
so
now it is official. Copy takes the championship, and it is even by more points because Luca had penalties. And it is Copy who's our Season 2 championship, and Wallow finishes behind Danico in P7. Triton in P8 will not be able to pass Astro in the standings, so P4 in the standings for Triton. And that was the last bit of racing for this game in SLR.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic season and a deserved champion. Copy finishing 4th in this race and bringing home 12 points, which are enough for him to get ahead of Get Owned, who had some struggles this race. He got involved in that lap 1 incident, unfortunately for Get Owned. He wasn't really able to ever recover from it. He didn't get the safety car that he needed, and instead finishes outside of the points in 12th place. So commiserations to him, but congratulations to Copy, who has had a fantastically consistent and fantastically fast season.
Also, congratulations to Bants and Triton for Renault, who clutch the Constructors' Championship. Sauber did in the last year, if I'm not mistaken, or
I think it was Sauber. But yeah, Renault this time. Good driving towards the end of the season from both Bants and Triton. Triton came through from the back of the grid today, and he got involved in a few incidents, I think, as well, towards the back of the field. But Bants, again, making that one-stop strategy work, making good decisions in traffic early on in the race, and reaping the rewards by putting the car on the podium.
Which brings us to the drive of the day picks, and I am honestly, I have little to no clue, and I've I see the pattern that I always tend to propose Bants, because he tends to be poor at qualifying, and then he and then he has great race results. So I always tend to want to give it to Bants.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good idea.
It's a little bit of a difficult one as we welcome back
Where do you
to
come
the commentary box.
So
I mean, I think there are a few people that I would mention, certainly. I mean, Atrocity, just a fantastic drive.
Of course.
Once again, wins the race, dominant, honestly, today, with the better strategy against Ruthful, who is also very fast, but did fall down on that strategy. And I think, I think probably I would have to say I think Bants does deserve driver of the day for this one. Just a really good drive, finishing 3rd, and we see live reaction of that Bants as he's given driver of the day in SLR.
Can I tell you something, right, Tara?
Potty mouthing, of course.
I qualified P11, right? The reason I kept going out, I don't know if you thought that was weird at all. The reason I kept going out on tires was I had not done a single practice lap. I've not driven the track in a few months. So I was just going out in quali using that as my practice because I didn't have time to do it. And that's why I qualified 11th. That was not planned. That was all I had. So, shit.
Yeah, you were 10th as the seconds ticked down at the end of the session, I remember. And then you...
yes, that was good at least.
You got displaced, and you got to start on whatever tires you liked.
I was bad enough to get a free set of tires. Like Charles Leclerc in Monaco. They did that on purpose there too.
Clearly.
Yep.
And I think that rounds off this race with Bants as our last driver of the day on the F1 2018 game. It's been a fantastic season too, in my opinion at least, in SLR. And we've had a great championship fight, and I want to thank everyone who was involved with this, all the drivers, giving us such a great show. Ocean Chief for hosting the league, Wimpy for managing the channel, and also thanks to Tara for joining me in the commentary.
Yeah,
Hello
well,
there.
thank you. Hello,
Sorry to
Triton. How's it
interrupt.
going,
Oh,
Triton?
I am
Hello.
upset about missing out on the drivers a bit, but I didn't really expect it. Forgive me, my voice is a bit off.
No,
But,
you're all right. I saw you. You
I-
gave it everything. You had such a
Yeah.
difficult task today, though. Coming through from
Yeah.
the back of the grid, it was
I,
always going to be really tough.
Yeah, and I'm a bit sore in my arms because I kind of have a fever, so I wasn't helping.
Oh.
But yeah, I'd like to thank Bants for being probably the best teammate I ever had. Sorry, Jesse, to a certain Sorry.
Yikes.
I mean, to get the constructors, I'm really happy for, because I mean, I thought that I wasn't gonna be able to do anything, and Bance was saying how he didn't practice much, so he was struggling a bit. But the fact that he came P3, I think, is pretty impressive. So, might
Yep,
even be worthy
absolutely.
of driver of the day.
Yeah, we gave him driver of the day. It's
Okay,
well deserved, I think.
But yeah, I'd like to actually speak on behalf of Mr. Ocean Chief. And say, yeah, since he is unable to be here, but yeah, it was a great season for season 2 of SLR. Things went pretty smoothly, and things are looking pretty interesting for the future. And I'm sure he is very proud of everything. And I'm sure he would like to thank you both for all the hard work with the commentary. I'd actually like to give him a massive shout out for making this league possible and making everything work out. There's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and a lot of things have been not working out as well as we wanted to. But the fact that this was able to be so successful, I think Ocean Chief deserves a massive round of applause or something. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
He is
Woo!
to Ocean Chief, who has persevered through all of the hard work that he's had to do in this season. And yeah, I think I think in general, SLR going from strength to strength. I think as we move on to 2019, I think hopefully Codemasters do us a favor and figure out exactly what is causing all of the issues that people are having, like poor Popo Gamer today, who got stuck in the pit lane.
Oh, did he?
That's what happened.
Yep.
Oh, F1 game, not very good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think since he did it last season, I think I'm allowed to say it one time on stream, and I would invite you to join me. F1 game bad. I'm sorry, but I think
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know Chief isn't here, but I feel like he might have to say it. So
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but hopefully in 2019 we'll have figured all of this out, and
yeah,
we'll be able to have some proper online racing without issues like that.
yeah. But with that said, actually, we're entering a really interesting and exciting part of the leagues or to SLR. So like, if anyone here is like are just joining in or like just watching the streams, be sure to join the league, and if you want to get involved, because with the new game, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. We have F2 coming up, so we're going to be running a whole separate championship for Formula 2. We do have Tier 2 as well open, and it's going to be full-time Tier 2 next season. This season we kind of tested it out, and I don't think we got to say much about it on Thursday, but it's Tier 2 is going to be a lot more how do I say I don't really know what the word is. I'm sorry, but Tier 2 will be up and running even better than ever, I should say, and Tier 1 will definitely be one to watch. So
Yep. Here's to Season 3 in SLR. It'll be a fun one, and we'll do our best, of course, to bring it to you as we have done in this season as well. We're joined as well by Mr. TipsyBob. How's it going, Tipsy?
Oh, I was trying to sneak in there. Didn't think you noticed.
I'm eagle-eyed. I see you enter the channel.
Yeah, I was just driving basically for the crack, lads, more or less than anything. which I'm sure you could probably tell by my pace, which was rubbish. But I had to come on.
You got the tires to go, what, 24 laps on the softs?
Yeah.
What were they at the end?
The rears were at 77, but the fronts were only, I think the fronts were only 54.
Yeah, so that is just about puncture territory, but only just puncture territory.
But I came on to give Bants a bit of grief here because did anyone notice that I literally
You
just
let
moved?
him past, yeah, you
I
moved
was
wide
not
in
a
turn
fan
three.
of that, to be honest.
Why?
That was kind of lame.
Well, let's
Well,
copy
the last
paste.
race, I thought we'd have a bit of a battle.
Well, I mean, I was gonna let Triton pass, but then he went for a dive on me, man, and
Oh, that was a mistake.
I was
Yeah,
like, the hell with that. You can stay behind me then.
Yeah, my bad. I missed my braking a bit, and I was kind of just like eyeing the lines a bit differently. My bad.
No, any of the, I kind of said it to myself. If I see any of the top guys coming in behind me, even if I can hold my own ground, I would have just let them pass anyway because I don't want to affect the title championship. But that was kind of my strategy. But I was just there basically for the crack more than anything.
Oh, is Timo still there?
Hello?
What's happened?
Hello?
There you are.
Yeah, Thimo just struggles to understand me.
Everything.
Not the only one.
Cut out for me there.
Yeah, for me as well.
I cut out for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't matter.
We wouldn't have understood it anyway, so no.
Well, that's true.
Well,
Alright.
I believe that 2S Endurance Red is going strong still in the Le Mans 24 hours. So we will have to get back to that at some point in the future. Revo in the car at the moment. We're P2, which is fantastic.
Can I just make an absolute random mention, which probably no one
Of course.
will get, but I just want to give big support to our woman, Katie Taylor, tonight. She's going to unify the belts.
What?
In case you don't know who that is, Katie Taylor is the champion female boxer, and she's fighting against another champion tonight. And if she wins, she's going to unify the division. So, good old Katie.
Okay, well, good luck to her. But otherwise, are we wrapping it up? It's been a little bit emotional. It's the end of season 2, isn't it? So it's
Yeah, a little bit.
I think Triton's the only emotional one here.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to thank my mom and my dad.
no, actually, no. I actually would. Here's the thing. I actually should mention this. I would actually like to thank my mother because I came down this morning like pretty bad, like the way I was sick. But then she nursed me back to health a bit just to get this race done, and so I would like to give a big shout out to my mother.
Big shout out to Triton's mom. Go Triton's mom.
Don't worry, Tipsy, I'll tell her later.
Mom!
Tipsy, I'll tell her later, don't worry.
We're still live, bro. We're still live. We're still live.
I think we'll cut it there. I think we're gonna cut it there.
Alright, sorry.
Timo, I think you're the one who's got to do it. I don't know if you're still there.
Yeah, I'm still there, and what I was about to say before everyone came in, I was about to wrap everything up with the thanks sayings, and then I wanted to give you the word for the last ever final thoughts of this season. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, a final thought as well. Well, it's not really a final thought, but it's certainly a thought. Next Friday evening is the final tournament. So EGL F1 2018 final tournament until we move on to 2019 next season.
Oh, and not just that, I quickly need to I need to get a quick mention in there as well for the Assetto Corsa League. For the next, I believe, 3 weeks, we will have every Saturday at the same time SLR usually runs. We'll have the Assetto Corsa stuff instead for at least a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah, top quality field there with some really excellent drivers at the top of the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah.
So
that's just another game where I'm not going to win.
Championship leader. Who's the championship leader again in two-star course?
Oh, I don't know.
That would be Hugo Cotte.
Is it? I thought it was Tara.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I heard he sucks. He's not a very good driver.
But we definitely can't clutch.
That's who else I know. But anyways, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I heard he just won the first race because I pretended to have been crashed out by Jesse, just so you could win.
Yeah.
And I thanked him.
At least,
But
Timo, at least your teammate is. At least you have at least you're better than your teammate because that guy's an absolute train wreck of a driver.
right, yeah, I'm
in the City Course
already.
I have a
Oh,
question.
yeah,
Is
what's
this
his
going to
name?
be a challenge of if you can make this a longer
Yeah.
after race sequence than tier 2?
Oh, how long?
Because
was
I dare you. Because we did like 30 minutes.
Oh, let's get some.
They
let's
also,
get
Bants,
some
we also
music.
We're
had
just-
Hey, Bants, we also had people queuing up the interview, but I don't see anybody here at the moment.
Yeah, I asked Copy, but he got to go. So.
Well, look,
Drink my
I'm gonna bail off, you lads, so that you just get this wrapped up. But I just want to say, good. It was a great job, you guys, Tara and Thimo. Your commentating has been fantastic. So I just want to give a mention for you guys.
Thanks, man. Likewise in tier 2 as well. You guys are doing a grand job.
Yeah, you guys are safe second best. No, I'm joking.
Come on, Bants. I didn't want to have to say that. Like,
Oh.
right. See you later, boys.
See you,
See you, Tipsy.
Bye-bye.
See you later. So, that wraps up the stream then. After Terra has been dodging the final thought.
But what are yours, Timo?
For fuck's sake.
Well, that's a final thought.
All right, we'll wrap it up there.
That counts.
It's in my power to stop the stream, so I'm going to do exactly that. See ya. Goodbye.